The Herb Stripper actually came about when I was working on the headphone stand. These sections right here in the middle are actually nice big chunks of walnut. I hate throwing away walnut. So somebody had suggested a Herb Stripper in the past. So I went ahead and took that geometry, used that as my foundation, and laid out a basic Herb Stripper. Fairly simple modeling. Went ahead and created the pattern, smoothed the pattern out in Sculptor. Then I made a whole bunch of Herb Strippers. And then I made some more Herb Strippers. Well, what do you do when you have a whole pile of Herb Strippers? Well, if you could go in, put some text on it, put somebody's name on it, that would be kind of neat. Now to do that, the first thing that you have to do is make a jig to hold this finished piece. So to do that, simply took my geometry and then created a pocket. Once you've got that pocket, then I went ahead and put a locating hole down. This will become the corner of my project.
What we're going to do is go ahead and cut off the middle section here. So just past where this starts to round in, so that we've got something to hold it on the back side, and then just a portion to hold it on the front side.
Now that we have the jig made, it's time to make the project we're going to use to customize the Herb Strippers. Now to do this, we're going to take that same Herb Stripper model, we're going to go ahead and lay that down and make sure that it's set up the same way it was when we fabricated these. Now, the next thing we'll do is go to our vectoring tab, and we are going to go ahead and select skip rasters. That means that this will not be carved, but it will be used as a foundation for what we are going to be applying on top of this. So here I've applied a center line text using a text along a path, and I have selected that to be conforming vectors. So once you have this laid out, you can go ahead and run a few tests. What you're testing for is to make sure that this corner lines up correctly with the hole that you have in the jig that you're going to be using for your manual placement. Something to keep in mind when you're making a whole bunch of something is that sanding is not a precise art. Sanding will make the models or the pieces somewhat smaller, so do a little bit of testing. It's also, I set up such that I would actually carve a little bit deeper, just simply because if I had removed too much material on one of the pieces that I was going to customize, I didn't want my text to top out. Next, go ahead and mount your Herb Stripper into the jig using the part you created. The hole in the corner is going to be used to locate the project once it's in the machine. Simply drop the bit in there using manual placement. Cutting the text takes literally only seconds, and you end up with customized Herb Strippers.